What's up, everybody? Well, I got another ASUS G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're going to have a look at Remnant II. And we're going to do 1080p today, and then tomorrow we'll go and do 1440p, and then move on to the desktops after that, because I've actually preemptively already done the Steam Deck and Ally already. So, now without wasting any more time, I have to go grab that cable for the capture computer, go hook that thing up, and we'll jump into the game. And this is the kind of game where I'm pretty sure we're going to be going through all the settings. Very doubtful this is going to run well on Ultra or anything without upscaling. I mean, the devs even said the game's built around upscaling, so I'm gonna probably have to go against my best interests of not turning that stuff on, and probably end up turning it on. But hey, let's not waste any more time and go find out. Well, alright, now this one is supposed to be harder to run, so we're probably gonna end up having to go through all the settings, but maybe not. Anyway, let's turn VSync off, and we'll start this one off on the Ultra preset. And at least this one has presets. Before, I had to just flop through and go through and click them all back and forth. But anyway, though, we've reached the bottom, seen all the settings, so let's go hop into the game and we'll see how the ASUS handles this at 1080p. Well, here we are, beginning of the game, 1080p Ultra. And nope, we dropped down to 59, so looks like we're going through all the settings. And it'll probably drop down lower than that too. That's just so far, and we're right at the beginning after all. So it'd probably drop way lower than that later on. Heck, it might even drop lower than that just walking down this street. But let's just walk down and get a little gameplay in. Because it's not like this is unplayable. I just don't like dropping under 60 if I can help it. At least not too much. Yeah. 52, 53 is a little much. I wouldn't really care if it was like 56, 57 for like a split second every once in a blue moon, but a lot of people are alright. As long as it stays over 30, they're happy. And some people are alright even lower than that. Like the Switch drops lower than that. In a lot of games.
You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Alright, now we can get to running.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got no way to go. There's gotta be another way through.
There is, and I will show you it now.
It's about time. What took you?
Alright, let's grab this thing. We'll eat it. And then we'll move on to the next graphics setting. Well, now let's try high at 1080p here. And we will try FSR out, of course. In fact, the devs of this game even said that this game was meant to be played with an upscaler. But hopefully we won't have to use one with my settings at the end, seeing as though this is only 1080p. And this is a pretty powerful GPU, especially for 1080p, so hopefully we'll be okay, but hey, let's get into the game and let's find out how high runs. Well, now here we go. High graphics preset here at 1080p. And quite honestly, it kind of looks the same and gets about the same FPS. Some games just do that though. But I guess that means you might as well just go with Ultra. If you were okay with high, with Ultra's FPS, why bother getting the same FPS with slightly lower graphics settings?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy
doesn't make any sense.
Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just
a fairy tale indeed.
Hold up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
I wonder how long this world's been like that for them.
another way through. It's about time. What took you?
Alright, let's eat our little blood turnip looking thing, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next graphics setting. Well, now let's try medium out and see if we can actually get a little bit better FPS. This might be one of those games that, like, changing the settings doesn't do much. That's kind of what happened in that Jedi Survivor game. But in any case, we've reached the bottom, so let's not waste any more time and get back into the game. Well, alright, now here we go with some medium graphics settings. And so far it's only dropped down to 63, so I think we've actually gotten somewhere. And it really doesn't look that much worse. Heck, maybe I could still throw an extra high or ultra setting in there here and there.
You ever hear about
With
the
my
North Pole?
settings, we'll have to wait and see
Old fairy
what I can
tale?
concoct.
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Alright, now we can run, and vault, and jump, and all sorts of stuff.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through.
Well, what if there was?
It's about time. What took you?
Alright, now for our random little healing item. And now, on to the next graphics setting. Now we're going to try low out, and see if it's that much different than medium. Might be like high and ultra and be very similar to medium, but hey, maybe we'll get a couple like more FPS out of it. You never know. But there's only one way to know. Let's go back into the game and find out. Here we go on low. And definitely can tell a huge difference in graphics play, especially on the grass and everything, but we are definitely seeing an uptick in graphics FPS. Or I should say a downtick in graphics, but an uptick in FPS. That's what I was trying to say. But it's getting late, and I'm quite stoned, and I had a long
You
day.
ever hear about the North Pole?
That old fairy tale?
But I still have
Yeah.
lots more of these
Like this
voiceovers to
war.
do.
Old white guy
I still have to
founds
do
it. Food and
1440p
fresh
after
water,
I'm done
everyone
doing
gets
all of
along.
these. And then I gotta do the
That sounds like the
secondary
fairy tale to
and
me.
primary computer too.
Probably just a couple of old
But at
timers
least I didn't go
holed
through
up
all the settings on
underground.
those. I decided to stop
They
doing
got
that.
supplies
No
for
one with a
trade.
3090 or a 4090 is
Otherwise,
going
we
to be
won't
playing
last
games
much
on
longer.
medium presets, you know? So I just figured I'd do like maybe, I think on that one I did high,
think people
ultra,
actually live
and
like
some
this?
DLSS. And then on the main computer, since it's got
Not
frame gen, I
sure.
tried frame gen
I
out
don't
for
know
people
what's
too.
in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life. Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. I don't know where to go. There's gotta be another way through.
Could be, might be, is be.
It's about time. What took you?
Alright, and now it's time to move on to FSR. Now let's try some FSR, and we'll start off on FSR Quality. Now I don't know what FSR this game uses, but here we are, starting off. We're just going to use Ultra, figure why the heck not, and that's what we'll stick with for all the rest of the FSR settings. So, let's get into the game. Well, let's see how FSR does. Well, definitely adds some. performance because we were definitely only getting like barely 60 here before with Ultra. So it definitely works, but you can definitely tell something's up. It's not horrible though, so.
You ever hear about the North Pole?
I believe
What?
anything under
Old
quality
fairy tale?
though, balance, you're gonna start
Yeah,
noticing
like this war.
really bad.
Old white guy
That's how it
found
always
it,
works, because we're already at
food and fresh
1080p.
water
The lower you go, the
everyone
worse it
gets
gets,
along.
you know?
That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here.
They must not have very many supplies then. But in this
You think
world, there
people
probably
actually
is not
live
a lot
like
of
this?
supplies to go around.
Not
But I don't know
sure.
too much about it.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend.
At least not
I've
yet.
never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
All right, let's go let this chick on into this building. But first, we gotta do a little vaulting. Or some hardcore parkour.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. We got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
All right, now let's eat this and go ahead and move on to the next FSR setting. Well, now here's the FSR Balanced now. And of course, we're gonna keep the rest of the settings precisely the same. Wouldn't want to invalidate the test now, that'd be dumb. But now that we've gotten to the bottom already, let's get back into the game. Now let's do Balanced FSR. And we might have gotten a couple more FPS. And we definitely got a little bit more. But as you can see, it's definitely starting to look a little worse. Still passable though. I mean, a lot of people probably would be like, hey, what the heck are you talking about? This looks fine.
You ever hear about the North Pole?
That old
But that's
fairy
why we
tale?
go through all of the settings
Yeah,
so you can see
like
how
this
what
war.
works and what works for
Old
you.
white guy found
Or
it,
if the game even
food
runs
and
good enough
fresh
for you, you
water
want to waste your
everyone
time
gets
and money
along.
on it, you know?
That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I've never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Seems as though it's time for the running part. So, let's start a run.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
All right, moving along. Time now for some FSR Performance, which is gonna look really, really bad, but hey, what do we expect? It's called Performance for a reason. Still, it won't look half as bad as Ultra Performance, but hey, let's get one thing at a time here. So let's go see how bad Performance looks, but hey, let's see how good the FPS is. Here we now go with some FSR Performance. Well, definitely get you more FPS. But you can start seeing a lot of shimmering and jaggies. But that's okay.
You ever hear
I'm
about
sure the
North
people
Pole?
that would rather have
That
FPS
old
do not
fairy
care
tale?
about shit like that, you
Yeah,
know?
like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't
She should have
know
just been
what's
like,
in
yes,
that
they
Fulton's
definitely did
original
all the
blend,
time.
But I never seen nobody that happy
And
before.
that coffee was
Not in
just the
real
best.
life.
I had some once. It was the best coffee in the world. Gave me the energy of 5 gods. That would be some damn good coffee. Sheesh. Alright, let's go let her on in. And then we can go eat our thing and move on to the last FSR setting.
You got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time. What took you?
Alright, let's go eat our food over here. And now, let's go ahead and get done with the last FSR setting. Last up on the FSR settings here is the Ultra Performance setting, which really should not be used unless you're going to play on like something nuts like 8K. But in any case, why don't we go ahead and now go hop into the game and we'll see how it plays and how it looks. Okay, here is the last FSR setting, Ultra Performance. And yeah, as you guys can plainly see, it does not look very good now. But hey, what do we expect?
You ever hear about the North Pole?
That old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Yeah, after actually paying attention to those guys' smiles, that's almost like a creepy smile. It's too much smile. Kind of like a Cheshire Cat smile, almost. At least those of you who've watched Alice in Wonderland know what I'm talking about on that one.
Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through. It's about time.
All right, now let's go over here real quick. Eat this thingy. And now, let's go ahead and move on to my setting. All right, now let's do my settings for 1080p. And I did not use any upscaler, at least not at 1080p. I think I had to when we get to the 1440p stuff, but not for this one. So there we go, that's all my settings. Let's go see how they do. Well, let's see how my settings do now. So let's just run around in our small little test area that I've just kind of made for the little test. So hopefully we stay above 60, but I am pretty sure we will.
You ever hear about the North Pole?
That old fairy tale?
Yeah, like this ward. Old white guy founds it. Food and fresh water, everyone gets along. That sounds like the fairy tale to me. It's probably just a couple of old timers holed up underground. I just hope they got a few supplies for trade. Otherwise, we won't last much longer out here. You think people actually live like this?
Not sure.
I don't know what's in that Fulton's original blend, but I never seen nobody that happy before. Not in real life.
Well, now that we got that rock or whatever out of her shoe, now we've got super fast ultra mode. Go!
Yeah. Locked. Great. We can't turn back now. Ain't got nowhere to go. There's gotta be another way through.
Have no fear, I am here. With the open door.
It's about time. What took you?
All right, now let's go over here, eat our food off of the dead people who don't need it anymore, and now let's switch on over to a little camera gameplay now. Well, now let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now with my settings here. We're not using any upscaling, so I was wrong. At least at 1080p we don't need it. I have a feeling we're probably going to need it at 1440p unless we went with like super low settings, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of 1440p. So we'll probably have to use quality FSR, which is going to be lame, but it is what it is.
Otherwise, you won't last much longer. You think people actually live up to it?
Not sure, not sure.
I never seen it like that. Not in real life.
Alright, let's go do our little parkour. And the door is miraculously unlocked. However did I do such a thing? Yeah, let's go eat our little bloodroot thing. And alright, now let's wait for her to come over here. We'll go a teeny bit farther than we did. We always do. Well, not always, but most of the time we do when we do camera. So we'll go a little bit farther here.
Hey, over here.
Alright.
Okay. Hey, that don't count right away.
Alright though, why don't we use this opportunity to go wrap this video on up? Well alright guys, that is a wrap for Remnant 2, and maxed out and all that, sure it didn't run the best, but it ran alright at 1080p, even on Ultra, completely playable, just dropped a little under 60 here and there. But with my settings, we never did, and we didn't need upscaling. But this is just 1080p after all. I would hope not. But I have a feeling that 1440p will be another story altogether, but there's only one way to find out. We gotta end this video so I can get started on that one. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.